y'all. I'm Donna.
And I'm Carrie.
And we are Paranormal Chicks.
Surprise episode.
For Friday
the 13th.
It's your fucking lucky day.
I love it.
Mm-hmm, me too.
I was talking to a guy today, and he said, I was like, is today Thursday? And he was like, yeah. And I said, oh, tomorrow's Friday. Yes. And he goes, the 13th. And I said, yes. And he goes, are you excited? It's Friday the 13th. And I was like, I like it.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, okay.
We're weird people. Gah.
I mean, we have our people. You have your people.
Right.
You stay over there.
Stay inside, and we'll get all of the good parking spots. We don't have to wait for food, because no one's going to be there.
And because last episode of Friday the 13th, we learned people really do stay in.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So what we were thinking for this episode, it's going to be kind of a chill, we're just going to tell some stories.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about any of our experiences with the supernatural, and that's all.
We really planned this out, y'all.
I mean, we said, shit, it's Friday the 13th. Fuck, Carrie has to go out of town on the day.
Mm-hmm.
What are we going to do?
For a Klondike bar.
Literally just hummed that a second ago. Did you hear me say hum that?
No.
It was right after I did my red leather, yellow leather. Because sometimes I pretend like I'm all professional and pretend like I got to warm up before. And then I'm like, Donna, hold on. And then I hack up a lung.
That is too freaking funny. All right.
What you want to tell first? Well, I don't actually have stories, really. My life is boring.
Well, I mean, mine aren't like, whoa, crazy.
Yeah, like we would not have, like, write this into our own podcast.
Yeah, no.
Because they're not that great.
No. Hopefully, I mean, throughout this podcast, I do have experiences, and then it'll be awesome.
Not at home, though.
Not at home.
Not at work.
Where. When we get on location somewhere.
Yeah.
Then
when we go to the Myrtles.
I think one of the earliest experiences I had was at my cousin Nancy's house. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, like, we were young, and so when you go to sleep over at family's house, you sleep on, like, a pallet.
Yeah. Not now. I'm too fucking old and that shit hurts my back.
Girl, that's why I said we were young. I was stupid. They made that sound good.
Right.
Like, hey, we're going to put, like, 3 blankets down on this fucking carpet.
I feel like even as a kid, I was like, ow, my back hurts from this.
But I was like, oh my God, this is so fun. Mainly because that meant, like, all the kids slept there. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I love to be by people. So, I wasn't alone. Mm-hmm. But now I'm like, ugh, give me my own room.
Yes.
I need, like, a queen at least.
Give me a fan.
Fan for sure, and a TV.
And socks.
Oh, God, no. That smothercates me.
Oh, God.
But we were laying there, and it was in her, like, I guess you would say formal living room. So it had 2
entrances.
Yeah, entrances.
Those things.
Yeah. And one, you could see her refrigerator. And this was when the ice maker and water was, like, new, you know? And so it was like she was fancy with it in her refrigerator. And there was a light. I mean, everyone knows now because it's like, I mean, do they make refrigerators without them now?
Yes.
Okay. Well, but you know what I mean? But back then it was like something completely cool. And I liked it because it was like a nightlight, but without me having to be like,
can I have a nightlight?
Exactly. So anyway, so we were laying there and I couldn't sleep for some reason. Imagine that. I remember looking at the refrigerator right there, and then I saw like a black mass, but it wasn't like a shadow person. Now knowing about shadow people, it wasn't that.
Yeah.
This was more opaque, like could have been a human.
Yeah.
You know? But it was draped in black.
Almost like it was wearing a cloak?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was kind of like hunched over. And I remember being like, oh my God. Like how it moved was weird. And so I was like, okay, close my eyes because, you know, again, if you can't see it, it can't see you.
Right. Yeah.
And I remember trying to sink into the pallet, you know, just like don't see me, don't see me, don't see me, you know, like
Yeah.
my backbone like pressed hard against the floor. So then by that time I saw it in the other entrance, in that other doorway. So it had like moved through the kitchen, and then it went into the hall, which was where my cousin and her husband and his father and mother were sleeping.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, should I go look? Should I do something? And I was like, no.
Yeah.
Like,
stay where you are.
yeah. And I was like, it wasn't real. It wasn't real. And then I was like, oh my God, what if something happens? And I remember the next morning, like, I mean, obviously I fell asleep and
Yeah.
whatever. But the next morning, they said that his father actually had maybe not slept well or something. Like, something was weird, like,
Yeah.
throughout the night. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I never said anything because I felt like I was weird. You know?
Yeah.
I never slept on a pallet in that room again.
Mm-mm. Well, and I remember, I mean, well, obviously I wasn't there, but I remember that story, but I don't remember the, like, figure being that human-like for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought it was, like almost like just like a black blob, you know?
No, yeah, no.
Well, I do know that one time when we stayed there, because they lived in Mobile, like we would just go, you know, when I had my little driver's license, and we'd just go to Mobile for a day or whatever, and sometimes we spend the night. One time we spent the night and we slept in the actual living room, all of us. We got the couches though because we were older. Those kids can sleep on the floor.
Yeah. Well, that's the living room I'm talking about.
No, you're talking about the formal living room. I'm talking about the living room.
Oh, the den.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, where you could like see down the hall.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I remember, and I don't know if it's because I knew that story or what have you, but I remember seeing like a black shadow down the hall. Do you remember me telling you that?
I don't. I probably blacked it out because I was like, oh God, I'd have to be back there by myself.
Yeah. But I did remember seeing something like in that vicinity of where you saw it.
Yeah.
But again, it was probably just my imagination because I knew that story or, you know, whatever.
That's so crazy.
And I was 17 and, you know, in a different place and whatever.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But that's so funny though that you would see it there. You know?
And again, in the same like area.
Yeah.
My only story really though is something that I didn't even see, but I was there. My sister Kelly and her husband Mark, well, Mark's from New Orleans. They have this old chest that is from World War II.
Yeah.
And the chest was owned originally, like they got it out of a house like in uptown New Orleans, like maybe at a estate sale type thing.
Mm-hmm. Those estate sales will get you like that Dybbuk box.
Yes. And so the guy was stationed at Pearl Harbor during World War II, you know, that whole thing.
Yeah.
And it belonged to him. And I want to say when they opened it, it had some like old like papers and stuff in it, but I could be making that part up. Kelly's going to listen to this and be like, that is not the story at all. So my sister Kelly and Mark, they had this apartment, and this was like either right before they got married or when they got married. We had like a few people over there, and it was really late, and we were all like sitting around talking, and all of a sudden their friend Lisa and Mark, her husband, their faces like went white, and they both like looked at each other and were like, did you see that? And you know, the other one was like, yes, holy shit, what was that? And they said that they saw something like walk behind the couch.
Oh my gosh.
And they were like, oh my God, it's got to be from that chest or whatever, you know. I don't think they ever saw anything else in that apartment again, but they still have the chest, and it's like in their living room now of their new house. Like I've said before that like I've like thought I've seen something there like out of the corner of my eye. It's like a running thing now that it's probably the chest.
Yeah.
The other thing too that happened at their new house one time, I was house sitting for them, and I'm sitting there watching TV. All of a sudden the TV starts changing.
Oh, fuck.
And I like text Kelly and Mark, and I'm like, what the fuck? Y'all have a ghost? Like the ghost is back, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It was Mark changing the channel from his phone, wherever in the hell they were, the beach or something. I was like,
oh my God.
Daniel got me. I was like freaking the fuck out.
Oh gosh.
I really thought it was something, but it was just him.
Yeah. That is funny. I told about Ethan and Andy.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
I can't remember where I told that at, but it's previous episode somewhere.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I can't remember what episode it was, but you did tell about that, and that's
legit.
Oh, tell about when you and Tiffany passed your mom and dad in the car.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, hold on. I'm trying to go in order of, like, that was my youngest.
Chronological. Okay.
Okay, but it's me and Tiffany. Imagine that. Maybe Tiffany's, like,
The force field?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Or whatever you call it. The magnet.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't remember what age we were. We might have been in not high school, middle school. Or she might have been in middle school and I was still in 5th grade. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But I do know that we were walking to, we called it the corner store, but it's Junior Food Mart.
Okay.
So how far is that, Carrie, from my old house?
Which one? The one
on
by the post office?
Yeah.
I don't know, a quarter, half a mile? Half a mile, maybe?
Yeah. And so, like, we walked back ways, and, like, that's what we did. We went and got junk food and then walked back.
Totally did that as a kid, too. We had, we called it the pick-a-pack. It was the gas station, and you had to, it's like across the street from my parents' neighborhood. And back then, the highway was 2-lane.
Yeah.
But it was a highway.
Yeah.
And now it had that, it's a 4-lane right there. It has a red light, but
yeah.
Back then it did not.
Right.
And we would, like, while my parents were at work and stuff, and we were home by ourselves and during the summer. Okay, I'm legit probably in, like, 2nd grade at this point, because Casey was old enough to babysit me.
Yeah.
We would get on our bikes and sneak across and ride to get candy, too. We would get bottles of Dr. Pepper, like old school glass bottles of Dr. Pepper. There you would be like, please let me win. And, like, the cap could be like, win a free Dr. Pepper and candy. And again, little fat Carrie was like, okay, what candy can I get that is the most amount of food for one candy bar?
Yes. Oh my gosh. We did that so many times.
I mean, I still do that. I'm like, what candy bar can I get for the most?
Well, now I'm like, okay, I need chocolate, but I also need something that's, like, not chocolate.
It's either salty or, like, Skittles.
Yeah, so that's, like, I love Sour Patch, like, gummies. Mm-hmm. Those, and then, like, Butterfingers or whatever, you know. Mm-hmm. That's why we have dad buds.
Let's be honest, I have 2 dad buds.
We got twins. Oh, gosh. But oh my God, this is not a ghost story, but Tiffany is going to be like, Donna. So
her butt probably just clenched hearing you, knowing that you're going to tell a story on her. She don't even know what it is, but she was like, fuck.
One time, like, we had went to the corner store, came back, and we went to her house. And before that, I had gotten, like, either root beer or Coke or something, and it spewed when I got back because, of course, you know, like, we have it in the bag and, like, you know.
Ooh, at her mama's house?
And I don't know. It might have been at my house when it happened. I don't know, but it spewed on me. Well, so next time we're at Junior Food Mart, we get it and she's like, I'm getting Sprite because it doesn't spew.
No.
Yeah. And so we get home to her house and she opens it and it spews everywhere. And so, like, now that's like a joke still today. Oh my God. She was like, I don't know what I was thinking. Like,
meanwhile, she's probably, like, in 3rd grade, you know?
Yeah. I mean, we were young.
Yeah.
Like, oh God.
So it's like, of course, that's her logic.
Yeah. It's clear. Like,
yeah.
Oh gosh. Back in the day.
Okay, so back to y'all were walking.
Yeah, so we were walking. We had went and got, you know, rated everything. Coming back, and we're on the street, like a straightaway kind of thing. We noticed that there was a guy, like, far behind us. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I mean, like, you felt something. It's like, okay, just note to self.
Yeah, radar up, someone's with me.
Yeah. And I hate to say this, but he had, like, long black hair. And he had a long black trench coat. And so, you know, I mean, so maybe we were in middle school at this point. Because I
it's
feel
probably
like
right around, like, Columbine.
Yeah. And so I feel like we were on high alert then because, of course, like, with our juvenile thinking and everything, it's like, oh my God, he's evil, he's bad.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He's emo, meanwhile.
Yeah. Yeah. People who do that kind of shit, I don't understand because it was summer. And he had a trench coat on, you know, and I'm like, meanwhile, I'm sweating down.
I'm hot just thinking about him in a trench coat. Are you kidding?
Yes. So we're like, okay, we'll just walk a little bit faster, and that's like now sloth speed for us. Because we walk real slow.
Yes, they do.
We mosey. Well, so then we kind of, like, glance back a little bit and he's closer. But we didn't, like, hear him coming closer, you know?
Yeah.
So we, like, speed up just a little bit more. And then we look back and he's like really closer, and underneath his feet, we see air.
Yeah.
He's levitating off the ground.
Yeah.
Hand on the freaking whatever you want on my cell phone that we saw that probably a good 6 inches like of what the fuck?
There's nothing under him.
Nothing under him. Like we see the pavement like clear as day, and it's like a straightaway,
Yeah.
And he's like super close to us, like from being way far back.
And y'all sped up.
We sped up, and we didn't hear him.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, he's like in a trench coat and shit, like, so even if he was kind of walking fast, like you would hear some kind of movement. We looked at each other and we were like, F this.
Yeah.
And so we went running, and we took like a left, and that went through the church parking lot. And so in our head, that
you're
like,
saved. Yeah.
Yeah. They can't come in the church, like on church ground. I mean, and let me just tell you, I loved Buffy the Vampire Slayer when I was younger. I loved that movie. Mm-hmm. So like in my head, he was a vampire. Like he was, like that's what we thought.
Yeah.
And he can't come on church ground then. Like, that's holy. And so that's what we're going to do. So we make it home. All right. All is good. Like we made it home, whatever. Well, I swear it was like maybe a couple of months later or weeks later. And I answered the door one night. It's that guy.
What?
Yeah. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Kenneth, my brother, is like, come on in. And I was like, like, oh my God, and so like he makes eye contact with me.
Oh, he knows that you know that he knows that you know.
Yes. And so they go back in my brother's room, and I'm like,
fuck,
Tiffany, he invited him in. Like, we are not safe.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know this part. I knew the first part. I did not know this part.
Yes. Like, I swear to God, I probably shit myself because I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, one, he knew where I lived, like,
yeah.
And then my brother's like, oh, come on in. And I'm like, what? You don't say that to a fucking vampire. And I'm chubby. I got a lot of fucking blood or some kind of shit. They're like, ooh, a buffet. Like, no. And I don't like sharp shit. That's probably why I don't like sharp shit, because he probably put his fangs in me. And now I'm anemic. This is all coming together.
Oh my God.
A fucking vampire got me. And that's why I'm anemic. I don't like needles. Bam.
Dead. I am dead.
I'm serious.
You said I got a lot of blood or some shit.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. They're like, ooh, she looks juicy.
So who was he?
I don't know his name. I can't think of his name.
Did you tell Kenneth, like, what in the actual fuck? He's a vampire?
Yes. I was like, do you know him? And he was like, he's so-and-so's friend.
Well, that's the beginning of a movie.
Yeah.
A scary movie.
But he never came back over that I remember, but he probably fucking glamoured me, and I can't remember anything.
Glamour shots?
Glamoured?
Okay, so that story reminded me of something that actually happened last weekend at the beach.
Oh, shit.
I don't think I told you this.
I don't think so either, other than you dying. Did you see Did you see a white light?
No, this was the next weekend.
Yeah.
I make it sound like I go to the beach all the time.
Well, she hasn't been home for like the last 3 weekends.
And I won't be this weekend either. And then I think because last 2 weekends I worked.
Yeah.
Before that. Anyway, so I went to the beach with one of my friends because she was going for a wedding, and we hadn't hung out in a long time, and she doesn't live here, and so I was like, all right, well, I'll just come meet you, because it's like the halfway point between us.
Yeah.
And so she had gone to do some of her wedding festivity things, and we met back up after it. And when we met up in the lobby, I had noticed this guy, like, kind of, like, dancing around. Like, he was just, like, up and kind of pacing and...
Oh, I thought, like, dancing.
Not, like, actual dancing. Like, he was just up, like...
Antsy.
Like, yeah, like, sitting down, standing up, walking kind of close to us, kind of not. Like,
yeah.
Just for, like... And you know what? And before that, too, I was by myself outside. So I was outside by the pool. And, like, I noticed that he, like, was kind of beside me. And then when I went and sat by this, like, fire pit thing, he kind of came over there. But not, like...
Not
it was
super
distant
scary.
enough
Yeah.
that I just noticed him.
Mm-hmm.
And then, when I met her, like, in the lobby, I noticed that, like, while we were talking, he, like, when I came in, he came in, and he sat down, and then when I was talking to her, he, like, got up. When we went to walk to the elevators, he got up and came to the elevators.
Oh, shit.
And I whispered to her, and I was like, just follow my lead. Because if he went to the same floor as us, we were going to, like, go back to the stairs or pretend to go to a different room, you know, because our room was literally right by the elevator. Like, it was, there would have been no mistaking him knowing where we were. And if he got off the elevator just a little bit behind us, he could have pushed us in the door, you know. Yeah. So I was like, follow my lead. And we were both kind of tipsy. So she was like, what? And I'm like, just follow my lead. He ended up getting off on another floor, so it was obviously no big deal. It was just me being,
hyper aware. That's
true crime podcaster, you know. And so I was like, what I was saying so terribly was follow my lead. She was like, oh, I would have picked up on that if you would have like, kept walking or whatever. She's like, I would have followed, but golly, it was a moment of it was enough for me to notice him. Yeah. And then when we came to the elevator, I was like, this is not good. Like, this is not good.
Mm-mm.
But then
like
it ended
a
up being
pit in
good.
my stomach.
Yeah. Like, I was a little bit panicky.
Yeah. I hate that. But, you know, it's good that we're like that because so many people aren't. Mm-hmm. And those are the people we do stories with.
I know. God.
And that's so sad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's why we're doing this. So we can help other people be paranoid like we are.
So paranoid.
I mean, they could see the black-eyed kids every night when they shut their curtains, too.
Because you told them the story.
Had to spread the love.
Oh,
I kill them with my love.
Holy shit! Did y'all just hear that thunder? Did you know it was supposed to rain today?
No.
Me neither. Holy fuck.
My heart is kind of racing.
A second ago I was like, did I just hear thunder? And I was like, no, that's probably just a car passing. Holy fuck, that was ominous.
Yes, like right when I did that. Like, seriously,
so
my heart is racing a little bit.
Yeah, like there was a little bit, like my stomach dropped a little.
I mean, maybe I do have this power. It's because I'm enlightened about the vampire. Now I have these things.
Now all the pieces are coming together.
Oh
my God, that is funny.
Man.
Marley is hot. She is panting over here. Because we have to turn the fan off when we record because it's like, home, home, home.
Because it's old, too, so it's, Sometimes it'll just be like, Like, why? Why do you have to make this noise?
How about one time I came over, this was like 2 weeks ago.
God.
And she was like, the fan's not working anymore. And I was like, okay. And so I like pulled the switch and I was like, I can hear the motor on. But, like, the blades weren't turning. And she was like, yeah, it's not working. And so I just, like, tapped the blades and it started spinning. And she was like, oh. I was like, yeah.
For, like, a week.
She's, like, in a sweatbox in here.
Yes. So, like, I had, like, a little fan going. Poor Marley. I'm, like, have another fan on her.
She has air conditioner, y'all.
Yeah, but this room is
hot.
A fucking sweatbox.
It is.
And Marley is just as hot-natured as I am.
Mm-hmm.
We cuddle a little bit, but then it's like, okay, you go your separate way and I go mine.
Gotta cool off, yeah.
Another instance, again with Tiffany, that fucking magnet.
It's all her fault.
And I have another story for her too, but it's not really pertaining to me. Well, it's pertaining to me, but it's her. If that confused you, you're not alone.
If you could have seen my face, she was totally getting the Britney Spears gift.
This was when we were in high school, college?
High school.
Okay. And my parents used to clean some theaters here, like movie theaters.
Which was amazing because that meant we got in free at every theater in town. Anytime we wanted to go, any movie we want to go to. So now I'm a movie snob and I don't want to go because I don't want to fucking pay.
Yes, I'd be like, Mama, will you call Lionel and she'd be like,
doop, doop, doop. Mm-hmm. Hey, blah, blah, blah. I think we've told them this before. But she'd be like, my girls are coming to the blah, blah, blah show to see blah, blah, blah. And they'd be like, okay.
Oh, gosh. Anyway, so they worked odd hours. Like they left at like 11 o'clock.
Or, maybe even later. Yeah, because depending on how late the last showing was.
Yeah, and so that's why my house was always the house we could be loud at and shit because they were never there.
Yeah, there were no sleeping parents to bother.
Yeah. They were gone, and I don't know where me and Tiffany were going. I have no idea. if it was like midnight.
Probably Waffle House or some shit.
Probably. I don't know. Anyway, but so we left. Like, they were gone.
Because, sidebar, Donna never in her life had a curfew.
Yeah.
So if you were at Donna's house, you did whatever the fuck you wanted. Whatever you wanted.
Yes.
But we didn't do bad shit because we could do whatever we wanted.
Yeah.
I mean, we drank. We had parties and stuff, but not like...
But we didn't, like, drink and drive. And
yeah, we would just,
stuff.
like, drink and stay there.
Yeah. Yeah. They left, and so I don't know where we were going. But we got in her car, and we went, like, what? Not even half a mile? Or
no, that's like 2 miles, 2 or 3 miles.
Okay, yeah, that. Really bad with distance, y'all.
Distance, numbers, math.
Yeah, patterns I got.
Only if it's odd or even.
We thought we saw my mom's truck and, like, them in it. Like, my mom driving and my dad in the passenger seat. And he's shorter and she's taller. You know? So it was like, we both saw it and we were like, hey, they should not be coming back right now. Like, it was only an hour. They're not cleaning all these fucking theaters in an hour, you know?
Yeah.
They usually come back at, like, 6 a.m. So we're like, okay, let's turn around and see what's wrong. We come home and no one's here. And so we were like, that was them, though.
Yeah.
You know? And we were like, okay, what did that save us from?
Yeah.
You know, like, were we going to get in a wreck or whatever? Like, because we both saw it. It was like, oh, wait. And that was, like, the oddest feeling. Like,
but
where
we saw
are
them.
they?
Yeah, but we saw them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you told them later, like, did you come home? And they were like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in, like, those, like, not, like, mischances, but, like, missed experiences because something stopped you from something, you know? So, like, I'm a firm believer that y'all turning around really did prevent something else from happening.
Yeah.
Like, it was like your spirit guides or whatever, God, whatever you believe.
Yeah.
That was, like, turning you around to miss something.
Yeah.
What do y'all believe? We want to know.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I really can't think of anything else, like, for me as far as, like, near misses like that or, really any, like, haunting stuff for me personally.
Yeah.
My only thing is that I think probably, like, my intuition.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny, it usually revolves around other people's pregnancies. Like, one time, my friend was pregnant and I didn't know it. And I had a dream that she was pregnant with her 5th child. And she has 3 kids right now.
Yeah.
And I texted her and I was like, so I had a dream last night that you were pregnant with your 5th child. And she was like, well, I'm pregnant. I'm 4 weeks pregnant and we've told no one.
Wow.
So there's that.
Yeah. You know why? Because you love to ruin shit.
And that's why we're friends, guys.
She's probably, like, getting ready to sign everything, like, surprise, and Carrie's like, you pregnant?
But, like, stuff like that's happened a few times where I'm like, I know people are pregnant, or, like, it's awful as this is, if somebody lost a baby, like, I know, like, they don't even have to tell me kind of thing, you know? Because I know instantly.
You know when the phone's gonna ring for sure.
Yeah, I do always pick up my phone and look at it. Like, I feel like it's, like, I don't know, I always pick it up, and then it's like, ring, ring, or a text or something.
Yeah.
The other thing that happens a lot, like the other day, I found out my dad was going somewhere. I don't even remember, just like over town. And I was like, he's going to have a wreck today. Shit. You know, I don't know why, I just thought it. And he did have a wreck that day. He's okay. Or, you know, car's not, but he's okay. But, like, I just knew he was going to have a wreck that day.
Yeah.
So really, those are kind of my only... Again, it's just like an like a gut feeling, really. Not like I'm not saying it's like a premonition. I'm just saying, like, it's just like something I just know in my gut, you know?
Yeah.
But that's really all I have. I mean,
you should work with Courtney on honing that.
Oh, my God, yes. Well, like, when we got our cards read by Courtney, which y'all should really, truly check her out. She's amazing. And so freaking... Like, inexpensive.
It's inexpensive. Like, she...
Like, holy fuck. And y'all, she is doing it because she loves it, not for money, because...
Yeah.
Her prices are so amazing. But anyway, aside from that, though, she is fucking spot on.
Yes.
And you know what I really like, too, is that, like, she really... Because we did it over...
Facebook.
Yeah, like Facebook Messenger with you, where you could do the camera and stuff. And so we were all kind of like, how's this going to work? Like... not being face to face and all of that. And it worked perfectly.
Yeah.
And like, she like really took the time beforehand to like help us come up with questions and stuff that we wanted. Because we're like, okay, here's a topic that we want to know. Let's just say love life. That was mine. Imagine that. But okay, relationships, love life kind of thing. And they really help you like hone in the questions that you want answered based on the type of reading that you're getting versus it just kind of being like a free-for-all thing, you know?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it was truly spot fucking on.
Yeah.
So y'all should check her out.
For sure.
She's in the Facebook group. She has a podcast called Spellcast.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all need
a
to really...
page called Witchy Page.
Yeah, Witchy Page is her Instagram.
And they actually have a store called the
Crafty Crossroads.
Yeah.
So y'all... Well, I made that totally a plug, but it's because they really are that awesome. And we've worked with her and her boyfriend, and they did a great job.
Yes.
Because I'm really into tarot cards and, you know, those types of readings and stuff. And, like, one time I went to one in Tampa, and she was like, you have a lot of, like, nervous energy. I'm going to, like, do a cleanse on you, basically. And she, I don't know, did something with water and... almost like a Reiki type, like did her hands over me kind of thing. And she's like, how do you feel? And I was like, I don't know what to say. You know, and I was like, in my head, I was thinking peaceful was the word I was thinking, but I didn't know what she wanted me to say. And I'm a people pleaser. So I was like, I don't know. And she was like, I mean, do you feel peaceful? And I was like, yeah, that's actually the word I was thinking of. And she was like, okay, good. I'm totally into that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
I know you got your card read by Courtney too, but have you done it before that?
Yes, with you.
Oh, yeah.
In Memphis.
Oh, God, I suck at life. Completely forgot about doing it in Memphis.
Oh, my gosh.
Completely forgot about doing it in Memphis.
And, okay, so Carrie went first, and we were, like, in someone's home, basically, but we're in...
the smallest foyer
yes.
ever.
And so we can hear Carrie, and she's got her voice on. And
shut up.
Whatever. So we're like, me and Tiffany are sitting there, and it was like, you can't laugh in church because it was like them doing their reading, and then the lady's daughter was doing another reading, and the people that she was reading, they were drunk, and the shit that they were saying and stuff, like, it was so, me and Tiffany were like, what the fuck? We couldn't look at each other because we were like busting up laughing, but it was like, I'm surprised the whole house wasn't shaking because I was trying to hold in the laughter so much. I was like, I'm going to fart. I am going to do something. Like, I'm about to bust out laughing.
Oh, God.
And then finally she was like, it's someone else's turn. I was like, oh, thank God. Like, just get me out of here. Don't let me hear anybody else's stuff. Oh, gosh. Oh, I forgot to tell you about Tiffany's thing. Tiffany has the power to kill people.
Yes, y'all.
For real. Okay, so I had an axolotl.
Y'all. Do y'all know what that is? Because I didn't.
Okay, so I'm an impulse buyer, and I want people to think I'm cool. So my brother was like, oh, look at this. Because it was like Christmas time. The kiosk in the mall, they called them dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're like this little reptilian shitheads, and they're in this water, right? And I'm like, I'm going to buy one. And it was $20. Meanwhile, I had to hold it on the way home, and every bump Barbara, my sister-in-law, made, I was like, oh, the water's getting on me. I'm grossed out by shit, y'all. I'm scared of water animals.
Donna doesn't even want to be near an aquarium.
Right.
Like, why in the fuck did she buy this? Because it had to go in an aquarium.
Yeah. Well, meanwhile, they don't tell you what it was. I had to Google that shit.
Because they didn't know.
Yeah. So, anyway. Long story short. No.
Mm-hmm. Long story short.
Long story short. Oh, God. Okay. Long story short, he was just chilling. His name was Gizmo. And he's just chilling, living his best life because we had this huge aquarium. He had like...
that her dad changed.
Yeah. My dad had to do everything. But he had like a little, like a bowl or whatever. Mm-hmm. That was his little like... pool. He had some greenery, some rocks, like living his best life. My dad probably gave him like Popeyes to eat. I don't even fucking know. So you know how he is.
Yes, I do.
So Tiffany, we were sitting there, and he was in the living room because I was scared of him being in my room. I'll have to tell y'all about that another day.
I think you did one time.
Oh, well, whew. She's like, he's still alive? I'm like, yeah. Next day, he's curled up on the rock, dead.
Dead, y'all.
Dead. I was like, you killed Gizmo. Meanwhile, I mean, I hadn't picked him up in like 5 years.
Ever.
No, I did pick him up
once.
Like twice. He got tense in my hand and I was like, ah! Oh, God.
That's probably when he got his heart defect that killed him.
And then...
She killed your sister.
Yes, she killed my sister-in-law. We're laughing, but we're serious.
With her words, not with an axe.
Yeah, I mean, my sister had cancer.
Why are we laughing?
Oh, because everything gives you cancer.
True.
When she was diagnosed, it was stage 4.
Yeah.
And they were like, we can't give you a timeline, basically. Like, you do you. You just live your best life, you know? Well, meanwhile, she had stage 4 for...
3 years.
Yeah, 3 years. And she, like, worked, got chemo, went back to work. You know, she was
left
like...
work, went to radiation, came back to work.
Yeah, like, crazy. So Tiffany was like, I can't believe she's still alive. I mean, it wasn't like that, but
yeah,
you
it wasn't
know.
like, damn, I can't believe your sister's still alive.
Yeah,
it wasn't like that.
But it was like,
man,
wow.
she's made it through so much and blah, blah, blah.
And it was literally, like, what, a week?
No. It was longer. It was longer than that.
Okay, a couple of months?
Yes.
Okay, a couple of months. And then she did. Oh, God. Then, I will never forget this. We're at fucking Hibachi. And me and Tiffany, just me and Tiffany. And she's like, Donna, when your mama dies, you're just going to have to be strong. Because, you know, we told you that I'm like cray-cray about my mama. Like, I always had a thing where I was like, I'm going to find a vampire and she's going to be immortal. Like, we don't have to worry about her dying. Well, meanwhile, I forgot that I could probably have that
one.
fucking, yeah, like.
Yourself.
Damn it.
You had the power all along, Dorothy.
Fuck. Damn it. I have failed you. That's why she didn't come through on Teresa. She was like, I know.
This bitch could have saved my life.
They're probably like, these people are so fucking morbid. Hey, you gotta laugh about shit.
Y'all, yes.
I mean.
Life is not easy.
No. But, so she's like, you know, saying that, and I'm like, I know. Because, like, we literally thought I was gonna be, like, curled in my bed, not moving for, like, months. Which did not happen.
No, it did not.
So then, like, months later, my mom died.
Yes. So she killed her axolotl.
Mm-hmm.
She killed her sister.
Yep.
Oh, she killed Ambrosius.
Oh, yeah.
The cat.
My beloved cat, my first pet.
Oh, God, I hated that fucking cat.
I loved him.
I mean, y'all know I don't like cats, but I can like individual cats. It takes me a while, but I can like individual cats. But this motherfucker, I hated this cat. He was so fucking fat.
He was so fat. Like, he couldn't scratch his own back. He'd have to, like,
prop up on a box.
Yeah, he'd have to hook his claws, like, in the couch and then, like, lean back.
He looked like an English bulldog, like, trying to scratch his ass.
I mean, meanwhile, that's now me, but...
This cat, though, we've told them that how this stupid cat would curl up at the bottom of a day bed that was actually his bed, and I would be like, I am so cold.
Oh my gosh. Hey, that's actually another story of mine. So when he passed away, like, it was a traumatic experience. Like, I'm laying on the concrete crying because I was like, you were my best friend over this cat.
I'm standing over there like, are you fucking serious? No,
whatever.
I'm just kidding.
She was not here. So a little bit later, I'm laying in bed, and he would always sleep with me. And I'm laying there, and I feel him jump up.
Yes, I forgot about this.
And I was like, patting the bed, like, come here. And then I was like, wait, he's dead. Like, that's no one. Oh, fuck, don't come up. Like, no. And I remember this. My room was like a dark turquoise blue kind of color.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My room was like completely dark. I took a picture, like, just of the foot of my bed, basically. I don't know why, but in the little corner of it, it was an orange looking. Did I ever show that to you?
I don't think so.
It was just like a little orange
Which is
line.
what color Ambrosius was.
And I was like, oh shit. Like,
Ambrosius?
oh my God. Got a ghost cat. But okay, so hopefully you've enjoyed this. It's been fun actually going down memory lane.
Yes. And clearly you can tell that our sinister sightings fucking suck. So send us yours so that you don't have to sit through this shit again.
Oh, shit.
So for real though, send us your stories, anything like this, anything urban legend,
Easy for you to say.
urban legendy, and sinister ghosts, true crime-ish. I almost died, but I didn't. Send them to us to our email, aparanormalchicks@gmail.com.
Yes. And again, if y'all have a haunted bridge story, I want to hear those.
You love bridge stories?
Yeah. Mainly because they scare me.
I know. There's a bridge murder here that I need to do.
Yes. Oh my God.
I almost sent this story into My Favorite Murder when they first started doing the hometowns and stuff. And then I was like, I never did. Now I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah. Because it's so good. It's so sad.
Yeah. So send us those sinister sightings. And remember,
Creep it real and don't get scared. Oh, shit.